Hello everyone, Lord Baldrith here with Echoes from the Caverns. Newscast dated 8/15/2014. Echoes from the Caverns is distributed by Sir Teakle and is a joint podcast created and ran by Lord Baldrith, Asclepius, and Style Teakle. Background music by Stephen J. Goldman. Well, how's everybody doing this week?
Pretty fine, thanks, Lord Baldrith. How's yourself?
I'm great this week. A lovely Friday.
Yeah.
And we have some guests today.
Yep.
We have Indi Martin.
Hello.
And William O. Billman II.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to you both. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you guys.
Beautiful. Well, a pretty exciting and comprehensive week in the news update this week. It's just hit about 10 minutes ago. So, first thing, right at the top of the bill, is the opening cinematic for the Shroud of the Avatar. And I have to say, that looks pretty awesome.
Yes, it's beautiful. And it's great to hear voice and everything on it. It's just like a brand new great game.
Yeah.
I love that the animation style is updated, but it still feels like some of the older Ultima intros.
Yeah.
That's right, it does. And they've retained the theme of you sitting at your computer and exploring this strange new world.
Yeah.
I think they've done an awesome job there.
Yeah, I was really happy with it, man. I was surprised to see it this week. They've been definitely hitting at it for a while, and he even showed us probably a couple months back where he was working on the cinematic of
The moon shattering
with
animation.
the moon shattering animation.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it was nice to see everything implemented.
Yeah. I mean, I know nothing about all of this sort of field, computer animation and graphics and stuff, but that must take a hell of a lot of work. Really
It's probably
nice.
easier than it used to be, but it's still a lot of time drawing everything.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I do love the end result. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, did you see the new ice elemental? That looks really nice.
Yeah, that looks lovely. I wouldn't like to have one of those coming at me.
They'll probably freeze you.
Yeah, that's right. That's all right. I'll cast a fire elemental and let them fight it out.
Yeah, let them melt each other.
Yes. Oh, great. And then we've got a barrel mimic.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, not only the chests are dangerous, the barrels are dangerous.
Yeah.
The poor barrels haven't been picked on for their entire gaming career, so it's good to see that they finally fight back.
That's right.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty cool looking. Little green eye.
Yeah. I love his little green eye. And we're going to explore a new city, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
The city of Ardoris.
It's beautiful.
Those pictures look really nice. I love the way they're fleshing out the world gradually and
Yep.
giving us new places, new destinations to go to.
Looks like there's quite a bit of water in that city.
It does, yeah.
Did they say it was going to be like the streets of Venice? They were going kind of for that kind of look too.
I think so. Yeah.
Little canals. and
Yeah,
stuff.
lots of canals, I
Is
think they
this
said.
the big canal city? Is that the one that's coming out this release?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure yet. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
mean, it's on the mainland too, right?
Yes, it is on the mainland. We'll probably get there via a lunar rift,
Yeah.
I reckon.
They don't want us to walk around there, do they?
No.
I don't mind a 45-minute boat ride. I'm up for a sea trip.
It'd be fun.
Look, I am so looking forward to boats when they can finally travel on the water. That's
Yeah.
going to be great.
Me too.
I mean, it mightn't be till chapter 2 or 3, but that'll
Yeah.
just be lovely. Just unhitch your boat from the dock and sail around the world.
Well, I was happy.
That's how I want to live in real life. So doing it in game is second best. That's fine.
Yep. See how it is. Well, they got buried treasure and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the canal city.
It looks beautiful.
That does look beautiful. It reminds me when I went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
You know what it reminds me?
Yeah.
Venice.
Venice.
Yep. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, very, very pretty city, Venice.
Super pretty.
Yes. Like when I was there once, St. Mark's Square, isn't it?
Yeah,
The square, yeah. That was about 4 inches underwater.
Oh no! Why?
Yeah, high
Sorry.
tide. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really lucky. Off season, there were virtually no tourists, but the weather was still nice. It was absolutely lovely.
Oh, great. Yeah, beautiful place. Yeah.
Real friendly people there too. I've never been there.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're good.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I had a couch surfing host couple there that let me stay in their house while I was passing through, and they were super friendly. So
Wow,
Fantastic.
that's fun.
You meet some awesome people when you're traveling sometimes.
yeah,
You make some
Oh.
great friends. Yep. And then we have the mini maps, which are an amazing attraction. They're lovely.
Yeah, I'm really
help-
excited about those.
Oh,
These maps are beautiful.
they really are.
they
Yeah.
are.
And I have a real hard time with, so that's some real talent there.
Yeah.
These maps really take me back to the old, really well done Dungeons and Dragons models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, they really take you into the town, and you can see the layout and get a good feel when you're walking around.
Oh, it's great. And as we were saying, guys, how many times have we been lost in a dungeon or down in a sewer?
Yeah.
Every time.
The first time I went into the sewer under Kingsport, the only way I could get out was zoned to somebody. And I was just so grateful that somebody I knew was actually online.
That was before Zone Home.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll keep that when the game launches.
Well, they might have a rune system by then.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That could be
do
nice.
that.
I've played other games where you had a 2 home location, but I think it had like a 2-hour real life timer.
Oh,
So you
okay.
couldn't sit. But you could play all day and be like, oh, something came up, I have to go home so I could safely save your game, which makes sense.
So I had a hard time.
Right.
Just to make it fun.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't want to log out in the middle of a cave or something. That's kind of bad.
Been there, done that.
Woke up dead.
It's like first nail biting, like, okay, what's gonna happen? Like, I must be on my guard the second it happens.
And you kind of worry, especially in games where your body stays and it's like, oh no, I'm going to lose everything.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, guys, I had never played an online game before. And this came along, I thought, oh, great, I really need to, get my head around this. So I joined up with Ultima Online. So I've played a bit. And yeah, I found that when you log out, your character still stays there for a little while. And a couple of times I've logged out in dangerous places and I come back dead.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know how serious death is going to be in this game, but
No, we don't. No.
As long as it isn't, I don't know. I used to have so many problems with the online games I played in lag.
Oh,
that
yes.
I had so many lag deaths that if I had got really bad experience hits for it, it would have really hurt.
Yeah.
It should be an inconvenience, but it shouldn't be a game break.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good summary. Yes. Yeah, I like that.
yeah, that's okay with me too.
I like the idea of death as an inconvenience. It's pretty great.
I read something this morning in the forum. It was a tribute to Robin Williams, which, as you know, tragically happened this week. He said, "Death is like blinking for a very long time."
Wow.
Yeah. So, I hope death in the game isn't too inconvenient.
Some games take a lot of experience away and stuff, and that can hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
I like, but even when they do it, I have a penalty towards than a negative from. Because I would games where you would die and you would lose a level because you lost experience,
Yep.
Yes.
which was tough. But then I had games you would die and you just took a penalty to your experience for the next X amount of experience.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So you
Oh yeah,
didn't
that's
have to level.
Yeah.
but it took you just that little bit longer.
Yeah.
And you can just go watch TV until it's over if you wanted to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've got an idea that's something like how it's going to be from memory. If you die, you have an experience debt. So you might have like 20 negative experience points. So you don't lose what you've got, but you accumulate experience more slowly because you're paying off the debt.
Oh,
Yes.
that makes a lot of sense.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And once you've paid off your debt, well, you charge ahead again.
Indeed.
So you don't go backwards, you just don't go forwards as quickly.
Yeah.
I like.
And that's good.
That is good. I even played some games that would give you a bonus for not playing. It was, okay, you haven't played for 4 days, but we'll give you 2 hours of plus experience.
I don't like that. I
No.
like the games that reward you, the people who can play all of the time just as much as the people.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have some sort of a buff, like eating food that does that.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like the drink. Food for health and drink for like spirit or magic. Always
Sure.
seems to be
Yeah.
very good.
Yep.
I think they said they're going to put potions in the next release. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that'll be good.
Alchemy is one of my favorite
Hey,
things
if
in
alchemy
any
is a
game.
whole crafting tree, that's beautiful.
I'm all over
It
it.
is.
Are you? Oh, good.
They have tables.
Excellent. I'll know where to come when I need something.
That's right.
Now, the few releases I've got to play, I've done a lot of crafting, but it's all been almost all woodwork and blacksmith.
Yes.
Yep. That's me too.
Yep.
I did some tailoring last release.
Nice.
But the clothing was lousy that you made, just compared to all the stuff you found. I don't know why.
I would like to see almost a, not like a rare system, but if you go hunt a deer, you should be able to make deer skin stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just build off, if you just build off of that, your crafting would explode with minimum effort.
It'd be cool if they had, if it was based on the animal you killed rather than just generic leather, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like I could have a bad skin hat.
Yeah.
or skunk skin boots.
We play a lot of Monster Hunter, and that's really vital to the Monster
Yeah.
Hunter game. Using specific monsters to build specific items of armor, and I love that. I'm a collector at heart, and in games, and I just love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm a pack rat myself. That's why I have, so much housing, 'cause I'm going to fill it up with junk.
Oh, nice. We have one house, so we're going to try to make it like a cool bed and breakfast.
That's the hope.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
That'll be fun.
Do you have any idea where you'd like to live in the game?
No, we've been looking at it. You look at the player towns, which sound great, and then you look at the actual stock towns.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I did run a bed and breakfast, and of course I'm going off with my old MMO experience, I'd like to put it somewhere where it would be convenient.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
somewhere where I have to run here because I can't get teleported here any other way. Let me stop in, get some food, get some drinks, so I can get a little stamina, a little health, and then go on my way.
Yeah.
Like an electric charging station for electric cars.
Yeah.
That
Like,
sounds
I'm
really good.
Come to my place because they need to, Hey,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we right here to the tourists in here.
Yeah.
They have exactly what we need to do what we need to get done and go on.
Yeah. That'd be fun. That's
Yeah.
what we'd love to do. Real life someday we'll own bed and breakfast. So we're gonna do that vicariously in Shroud.
Yeah.
For them.
Perfect. That sounds great. Well, I hope it really works out. Yeah. Okay. And what else we got in the news? They're mentioning the MMORPG again. Sweepstakes for 1,000 access keys. The cut-off eligibility is tomorrow, so get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another new cloak, it looks like.
Yep.
It's quite nice. And I still hope they will do a little more with the cloak designs.
Yes.
They're all pretty similar.
Yeah.
I do like the multi-function of the cloak, though. I like how it's a nice cloak and it's a light source.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's handy.
Yeah, those dungeons are pretty dark without a light source, aren't they?
They are.
And I don't know if I can carry a torch with my staff or not. That's something I'm not sure of.
Yeah. Is your staff two-handed or one-handed?
Well, if I have my way, it'll be a two-handed staff. But
Yeah. Well,
we'll
then
see
you
how
yeah.
Well, there's a lot of argument going on about staffs. A lot of people don't want mages to be able to use a staff as a weapon,
Right.
hitting weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're set in their ways about mages being wimpy.
Well, I think fair enough. I mean, if you're almost an exclusively magic character, that's pretty much all you've got. Your robes aren't going to give you much protection at all. So you have to be able to defend yourself somehow if someone gets close enough to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. You should be able to knock them down or get them out of your way.
Yeah.
We've been playing the very old Hero Quest board game.
It's so fun.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is very fun. But one of the advantages as a mage is you have a staff. It doesn't do much damage, but you can attack people diagonally. And you're one of the few people who can do it. So you can store
great.
spells, but you can kind of give them a little jab with the ribs once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mages always classically used as staff for actual damage as well.
That's right, they have.
You just need about 3 seconds to get a fireball off, if you can get them on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a little bit like the knight's piece in chess. Sometimes you don't think it can do a lot, but it's got an interesting move. And it can go places that the other pieces can't.
Yeah.
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 Okay. And we've got the montage of video from the Dark Star training routine. That looks like a lot of fun.
Looks like he's doing his laundry in that picture.
It does. Yes. And an interesting mention, Star Long is talking Persistent Worlds. He had an interview with Michael Morland, who does a weekly fan content variety show about Star Citizen called Galactic Inquiry. And the video's up there. You can see talking about virtual world economy. Sounds like a pretty heavy topic. But,
It is.
yeah,
People are really...
working out how to have the right amount of money in the world, I suppose, and how not to have inflation galloping off so everything's worth 10,000 gold next month.
I hope we have other denominations too.
Yeah.
I agree, it's important. It's just try.
Yeah. Look to an economist or a financier or a banker. I'm sure it'd be absolutely riveting.
Yeah.
You do have to remember that at certain points in history, online currency has been higher than real life currency.
Yeah.
There was a time that what's the big space MMO? It's like Star Citizen.
Star Citizen, yes.
The currency
yes.
of Star Citizen was ranking very high. It was well above most minor countries. In fact.
Really?
Yes. And, I think even EverQuest 2's currency prices once ranked like higher than the Mexican peso.
Wow.
At one.
Crazy. Like how much somebody would actually pay real money for.
Yeah, I mean there was online transactions going on, X amount of gold versus real life bank transfers.
Huh.
So,
Okay. You know, all that considered, still dry.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, moving right along. And we have a call for lore with player-written books. That's going to be interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Fire Lotus has put that out, and a lot of people are writing books that will appear in the world. I think we mentioned that last week. That's going to be great.
Yeah, we need books.
That
Absolutely.
is exciting. I'm excited to get in there and see what some people write. Here in the book.
Yeah.
You could spend long afternoons just collecting a good collection of
And
player-written books and reading them.
That'd be cool.
You could, yes. Yeah.
We have some really talented people in the community too for that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, look, as you know, Lord Baldrith, some of the folk in the troop and some of the offerings that are coming in for airing on the Caverns, they're really good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're amazing.
Really well done. So, yeah, I look at these and I thought, wow, we do have some talent out there.
Yep. And hopefully they make some that can be longer than the 500 words.
Yes.
Just, some way, if they can do parts of them, different parts or something to make a longer story.
Yes, yeah. If they could split it up into volumes, that'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to select all the different volumes too.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
And maybe you could put them together or something.
Yep.
A special crafted book.
Yeah, have them on your bookshelf at home.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Okay. And if you want to join the dark side, get the obsidian cloak.
Yeah, that one actually looks a little different, doesn't it?
Interesting.
So many cloaks in the store. It's like, how would you know which one you wanted?
Well,
wow.
That's right, yeah.
And they all have like a special feature. It's like, wow, I wish I knew what it was.
Yeah, yes, that's right. It's got to be fun to see people walking around with all the cloaks in the game.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And just a couple of items out of the forum, out of the week. It's been a quietish week on the forums this week, but Violation put in a post talking about community hangouts, which they have regularly. They've been happening monthly, and he's just sort of asking the community, well, how often should we have them? And I think monthly and fortnightly are running neck and neck at the moment. Mm-hmm. So if you have an opinion on it, then go find a thread and vote. And he's also asking for suggestions about what they should have on the Hangouts. The last couple have been about combat, so there you go. Have some input and see what you'd like to do. And, another item, Dame Laurie is back. Her old website, The Forsaken Virtues, that has sort of been discontinued, but she's got a wonderful new site, Carnival of the Forsaken Virtues. And as many of you know, started a haiku contest. So anybody's free to contribute a haiku, and the winner will be drawn by random number and receive the grand prize of a $5 store voucher, which is going to be a lot of fun. She's trying to put out a fun competition every fortnight.
I recommend limericks for her next one.
That sounds like a great idea. Yes. Yes. And yeah, I think we're nearly coming to the end of the news.
Yeah, I didn't see anything really new coming up. I was looking through the caverns a little bit.
Yep.
I know Dame Laurie had a new format for her website. I'd heard that.
Yep.
That's what I was kind of trying to find the details about that.
Yep.
And it sounded like she was going for more of an entertainment feel for the website. So that would be pretty fun to check out.
That's right. So now, Indi and Will, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Indi Martin. I'm one half of Tortoise and Hare Creations. I'm an artist and an author. And I'm a recent transplant from Oklahoma to Hagerstown, Maryland, and loving it.
Yes.
Life is pretty good. That's me.
Great. Yeah. Now, I will say there that I have seen the portraits that you did for Sir Frank and Sir Style.
Oh, yay.
Oh, they are awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's really tricky trying to get somebody's likeness into a portrait they're happy with that really describes their character as well in game. But it's a really fun challenge, so it's been cool to do.
Oh, look, so it is impressive. So, look, a quick shout out, anybody who's listening who would be interested and into that, having their own portrait, all done up in gorgeous medieval type costume in the game setting. Tortoise and Hare Creations is the place to go.
Yay!
They do an awesome job. Okay. And
hey, William, I heard you're a huge Beard fan, kind of like myself.
Yes. Yeah, I started growing the beard a few years ago, just because Indi liked it, and then they kind of started getting compliments, and then went to a couple beard competitions. Won first place at the last one.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
That's great.
It's the largest trophy in the house.
Trophy from the 6 o'clock beard group. Yep, up in Pennsylvania. Yep. Great guys. So we've had fun with that.
We're super excited because we're waiting on the announcement from Script Fest. He's a finalist in 72 Script Fest. His script to the very last cut. So we're waiting to see tonight whether he.
They're supposed to announce it on the 15th, and it's been the 15th for a long time. We're waiting.
Here it is.
Yeah. Oh, nifty. That's great.
Yeah.
And I believe you're into geocaching.
Yes, big geocachers.
Wow.
It was ironic when I met Indi, we were both hiking the Appalachian Trail, so we met around Georgia, and just were hiking at the same time. And occasionally she'd come up to me, and I'd have my pack on the side of the trail, and I'd be off in the woods, like digging through a bush or trying to climb a tree. And she's like, "What are you doing?"
I'd see him up a tree just cussing up a storm because he was just getting cut to shreds by the bark. I was like, "What are you doing?"
And I'd be like, "Trying to find this cache. Somebody hid this cache." And there towards the end, after we first met, she would like find caches after me. I'd leave a little note. It's like, "Hey, there's a cache right over here." And after, we got together.
How does that work? Does somebody just have a contest to find a cache?
No, it's a site, geocaching.com, and it's a pretty good site. And, a person goes and they'll hide a cache, and each state has an approver. Some of the larger states have multiple approvers, just because how big the state is. And if they say the cache is okay, then it's hidden, and you can just go and find it. Yeah. It's a great sport because you can do it. You can just say, "I'm going to go caching today," and you go out and find cache, and you can say, "Hey, I'm going to go visit Washington, D.C., and while I'm here, these caches will show me really great places like the Lincoln Memorial or the Mall or the Washington Monument."
Yeah, and some of them are, they range anywhere from, there's a few older ones that are just go to this really amazing place you may not have known about otherwise. Like, I had no idea Sam Kinison was buried in Tulsa under a really bizarre gravestone marker that had, you couldn't really even tell who it was. But a virtual cache took me there, and all you had to do was send an email with the answers to who was buried there to the hider, and you got credit for the find. So that was nothing signed. But then it ranges all the way to giant treasure chests that are actually hidden in the middle of forests that you open it up and there's all these little presents inside, and you leave something and you take something and people value, and it's just a fun way to collect things and see new places.
Oh, yeah, that's like a question I was going to ask. What's the procedure when you find a cache? You take something or record something or leave something?
Yeah, the only requirement for caches is there's a logbook. And you open the logbook and you can sign your name, sign the time and date, any experiences you had along the way. Okay. And a lot of it's what they call swag. And it can range from anything to the Swiss Army knife I carry in my pocket I found in a cache. And people leave different items, and you just trade items and get different things.
The very first ring I ever got from him, he found in the cache. Yeah. We found it in the cache together, actually. He just snagged it before I saw it.
Lovely.
We actually just designed a really cool card game that's geocaching themed called Go Cache, and we're really excited. We're going to launch the Kickstarter next month. We just ordered a large number of proofs that we can send out to game reviewers to get reviews of the game before we launch the Kickstarter.
Wow.
So we're really excited. I did all of the art for all of the cars, which was a larger undertaking than I thought.
54 different pieces
54 pieces of art. It doesn't sound like much when I think of a pack of cards, but oh my gosh, it's a lot of art. Yeah. But it plays either as the Go Cache game or as a regular deck of cards. Wow. So super excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, with my drawing ability, that sounds infinitely difficult.
And if anyone ever makes it, to Western Maryland area, I have a whole Shroud of the Avatar geocaching series I've done. Yeah. I've got 4 caches out now, ranging from very easy beginner caches that anyone can go do to very extreme caches that you need boats and climbing equipment to go find.
Yep. Yeah, that was Kingsport, right?
Yes, Kingsport. You must go to the island of Kingsport and go find the actual thing.
Up a tree.
So, and I have 2 more caches to hide for that series, and it'll be done, and it'll be a very good, like, beginner to experts introduction to geocaching, and all with the Shroud of the Avatar theme.
That's awesome. And you give people a whole series of directions, obviously, to point their way to where it is.
You do. I mean, you write up a kind of a story about each cache, so that, I mean, a lot of times it is just, hey, do you have extra time? Go find this box in the woods. But a lot of times there's some sort of fictional narrative around it. Like we did one in Tulsa that you found 13 caches in a row, but you were following the footsteps of this 13-year-old heroic boy that was fighting dragons. I mean, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So they've got, they range from simple to narratively complex. But yeah, you just go and find them.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, that's fun.
And you're an author, I believe, as well, Indi.
I am.
Wow.
I've penned the Gina Harwood series, which is Behind the Veil, a Gina Harwood novel, and Descending, a Gina Harwood novel.
Wow.
And I've got the 3rd book is about 70% completed. I'm guessing it'll be coming out early to mid next year.
Great.
So it's essentially an urban fantasy. It's if you're a fan of X-Files or the Dresden Files, and don't mind a very healthy dash of Lovecraftian horror thrown in. If you don't mind thrillers that kind of keep you on the edge of your seat and have a bit of the paranormal horror thrown in, I love I love writing the characters. I almost feel like they write through me rather than I write them. A lot of the times they take turns that I would not have expected, but it's a really fun series to write. So I hope that it's a really fun series to read too.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're off to
That's good.
Yeah. And you're off to a convention, I believe.
Oh yeah, we do spend a lot of our time at conventions. We've got one tomorrow. Anybody in the Alexandria, Virginia, Northern Virginia, or DC area range, we're going to. It's a bit of a niche convention for us, but it's something that we're really interested in. So we thought we'd do it just for fun. It's called Gridlock, and it's a Sherlock Holmes themed fan-based convention in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside of DC. And it's a whole day of nothing but Sherlock Holmes through the ages, all incarnations of him. And I was invited to come and set up a booth with Will because I've done a series of Sherlock Holmes and John Watson paintings that gathered some attention.
That are phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if they're anything like the ones that I've seen, they would be.
Thank
Yes,
you.
very good. And then we have Baltimore Comic-Con coming up.
Yeah, that's in September 5th next month.
And that should be probably one of the bigger Comic-Con conventions on the East Coast, and it'll be in Baltimore.
And then we'll be in Pittsburgh again at the end of September at the Pittsburgh Comic Con.
So you write comic books too?
We do, and actually we have some really exciting news on that front. As if we're busy enough. I do write a graphic novel that's ongoing. It publishes weekly at dissolutionnovel.blogspot.com, but it's Dissolution. It's a mature content graphic novel, so please don't let your tiny kids get onto it and find it. It is a little rough. It's a very dark, gritty. I call it my experimental graphic novel because it's got a narrative from a novel that I wrote several years ago. So it does actually have a flowing narrative, but the art direction is very fluid and changing because I consider it my place to exercise all my demons and grow artistically, try to learn sequential art as I go. So it's kind of an experiment. We've also done Cobalt, which he's written. He wrote that. It's kind of a noir thriller. That's a lot of fun. We're about to reissue a collected edition of Cobalt, the 2 issues.
Yes, Cobalt was originally a 2-issue comic, and we've sold out since then. So we're going to do a reissue. It's just going to be one collected story with a short story featuring Sherlock Holmes and his later years, not before he retires, but when he comes over to visit America right after the Civil War.
Yeah, that's been in progress for a little while, so I'm really sad we weren't able to actually get that done before Gridlock tomorrow, but next year.
We want to release a really good quality Sherlock Holmes story.
Yeah.
So instead of rushing it, do it right and have it come out and be very good.
And we just got the news that Tortoise and Hare Creations has been approved and finalized to be the comic licensee for Shroud of the Avatar. So shortly after this podcast finishes, I'll go ahead and post one of the finished art pages because we did send them a couple of pages that we completed to show them what the quality was like. And so we will be crafting a comic that describes the story that bridges between the games that cannot be named and Shroud of the Avatar.
Yes.
And it's going to be called Shroud of the Avatar New Beginnings. And we're really excited about that.
We're highly excited.
That is
about this.
brand new. It's been in the works for quite some time, but we haven't been able to talk about it until it was finished, which just happened yesterday. So you guys are the first people hearing about this finalized, and we're so excited about it. So,
So you should be. That is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys can, everybody will be able to see that sample page and kind of see where it's going to go at facebook.com/tortoisehaircreations, and I'll get that posted as soon as we're done.
So if anyone had watched our original video entry for the very early contest, it's an expansion of our video entry that we entered.
Yeah.
And it just bridges, coming to the world of Shadow of the Avatar and getting prepared. Yeah. And starting to explore New Britannia.
Mm-hmm. And it does kind of work hand in hand. It does have some canonical reference. It is considered canon because it has been officially licensed, which is super exciting, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But it does also have some specific nods to the Blade of the Avatar storyline.
Yes.
And other than that, we don't want to tip our hat too much about the story until it comes out.
Well, that's going to tie it all in so well. That is just awesome. And really, congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yeah, congrats. That's awesome news. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. So, look, from everything I've seen, that's heartily deserved because, boy, you do really, really good work.
Thank you. I'm so excited to bring it to life. I mean, it's been in works for a while, and we've been hoping that it would come through for a while. So it's been very exciting to hear that they liked it, and that we can move forward.
Yay! Fantastic.
Is that the first official fan fiction that they've approved?
I think so. I think.
Well, no, it's not fan fiction. This is canonical.
Well, that's true. I mean, we did have to submit a script that was approved, but I guess that wasn't written by maybe the core team that's been admitted. Yeah, maybe.
Well, they had the original short story.
That's true.
Contest. They had some beautiful, well-written stories.
That's true.
That Tracy Hickman and Gina judged over. Yeah. So
I don't know that we're really the first.
Yeah,
but we're
definitely not the first for giving back story-wise to the community. This is just us putting it into a comic book form
and publishing. Yeah, I think we're the first publishers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another way to get the game out to everybody, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and that we just can't wait to show it to everybody.
We go to so many cons; it'll be really cool to share our love of the project.
Look, I can't wait to see it. That's going to be great. So how do we get a copy of this when it's published?
I think you'll know. Please, follow us on Facebook.com/tortoisehaircreations. But
we'll be keeping everybody up to date as we get the comic done, and as soon as the comic is done, it'll be available on Shroud of the Avatar.
Yeah, Portalarium is published, and they're going to make the comic available through their site, which is really exciting for us.
Great, good. That'll be easy to find then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, that's some huge news. So that's fantastic. Now, guys, I suppose we could ask you just some standard questions. What was it that brought you to Shroud of the Avatar? How did you find out about it? And what do you like about it?
Mostly answer this one because as far as the history with Ultima, he's definitely got me beat. I've played a lot of role-playing games through my life, but I've not played a lot of video games. I've done a lot of tabletop gaming and I DM a lot of different types of games. So storytelling, especially cooperative storytelling, has always been a love of mine. And so he was shocked that I had not heard of Ultima because of the strong storytelling elements in the games. And so he's really worked really hard to bring me up to speed on all of the Ultimas. We watched and/or played a large percentage of them now. And I've really fallen in love with it. And I'm sad that I don't have that historical experience with them that so many others do. I didn't grow up with them. So I'll mostly let him take the stance.
Yeah, but I grew up, my older cousin, who was, essentially an older brother to me, would just let us come over and hang out at his house, and we would play Ultima 6, and that was like his big thing, because he had a computer, and he was big into computers back then, PC gaming.
How old were you?
very young. And then so we played Ultima 6 at his house, and then I essentially got my own computer. And Ultima 7 came out. We all played Ultima 7 together. You know, Ultima 7 Part 2 and all the Underworlds. So years later, when I meet Indi, you know, we had gotten together and stuff. And one night I was like, hey, Richard Garriott's doing a Kickstarter for this new game. And I just, like she says, like, what's Ultima? What's Ultima? Let me introduce you to this fabulous world that you don't
What's
know.
funny is that I actually heard of Richard Garriott before, because once I was introduced to geocaching, I really got into geocaching. And I came across this man who had hidden both the highest and the lowest geocaches
Yes.
on the planet. And it turned out to be Richard Garriott, who had hidden one at the very bottom of one of the really deepest parts of the ocean, and of course on the ISS, the International Space Station. And so when I found out that he was behind Ultima, I was like, can this guy get any cooler?
Yeah. So we essentially sat down and either started playing the games. We played Ultima 4, and I played Ultima 7. And then
Part 6.
And Part of 6. And then we were playing Ultima 6, the Ultima Dragons remake. Unfortunately, my computer crashed. We didn't get to finish. But then we went and saw Ultima Underworld 2.
7.2.
Yeah. And even 8. And
both,
some 9.
and both Underworlds.
Yeah.
And Savage.
Empire and Martian Dreams.
Yeah, Savage Empire and Russian. So
Yeah.
I went from 0 to 60 really fast.
Yeah.
When he's passionate about something, it's very contagious, and it had excellent story, kind of gameplay that I'd never really seen before. So
It's a unique style of game, isn't it?
it is.
It really draws you in.
4 was I can imagine how world breaking 4 was for a lot of people. A game just made around who you are and who you choose to be. That is really.
I think they were their first of their kind in the early 80s. It was not even heard of, especially Part 2 and 3.
That's right.
My first gaming experience was in the late 80s, and that was with Quest for Glory and all those things.
Quest for Glory. We just finished Quest for Infamy.
Yeah.
So, if you've not seen that, not to give a shout out to them, but it was a really well made game.
Quest for Infamy, yeah.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it just came out.
Sort of take Quest for Glory and turn it on its head, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago. It was another Kickstarter game, but just a single player, and it's a throwback to Quest for Glory, but kind of on the darker side. Quest for Infamy. So,
It's a really good game.
yeah.
Cool. Is that the one where you're a thief?
Yeah, well, I think in the beginning you could either be like a brigand or a mage or something. We chose to be a brigand, but it was very good.
Oh, yeah.
Game
I'll tell you-
Hoarder, Let's Play guy, he did a really good take on that game.
Yeah, he did.
There's a lot of good games out there.
And of course, I just saw the trailer for Silent Hill, the new Silent Hill starring on Rita, so I'm very excited. That should be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a scary movie.
Oh my gosh, those games, they are creepy.
I hope we have some creep in our games. I do like scary games.
Oh, I do too.
What?
Just one scary dungeon is all I ask.
Well, I think so. I mean, just the atmosphere from like Whisper Bramer.
Mhm.
Remember, like when they went to the graveyard or another Whisper around at night? I could easily see it. Just, I mean, you could. The KISS approach, keep it simple, stupid, really works for stuff like that. Just just walking right in, and you already have the good night and day system for the game. So I think we'll see a lot of good creepy elements.
I think it'd be great. I think just one or two dungeons that really legitimately freak me out would be fantastic.
But some of the scene jams were really scary and spooky. I loved those. I was hoping to see some of that.
I watched all of the Scene Jam videos, and I was shocked at the quality of work that people put in. It was incredible.
Yeah, just drop those in the game. They were beautiful. I like to run through all those scenes.
And really,
Especially
the amount and the quality of material that they're getting from their support base, from the fans, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Really?
we have lots of talent in this community. It never ceases to amaze me how much new stuff you see that just wow. That's better than most professional games you've seen.
That's right.
There's no way to get a better, more, dare I say it, rabid fan base than having people invest their time and effort into the game. Because if they feel like they're being heard or that their contributions are being valued, then you're going to have lifelong fans that talk constantly about the game and recruit other fans. So I think it's a a smart business move on their end, and they legitimately seem like awesome people. We got a chance to visit the Portalarium offices when we were moving out to Maryland. We took a very long detour from Oklahoma to Texas.
Very worthwhile.
Very
A
worthwhile.
little bit the wrong direction there.
And the Portalarium trip was kind of a last minute thing that it came through. We were really excited because we were going to go no matter what to do Necropolis, Richard Garriott's.
Yeah, and Necropolis has its own story.
Yeah,
So
it's
go ahead.
fantastic. But everybody at Portalarium is so friendly, and Stephen Donnelly didn't mind it when I fangirled all over him, so that was great. He didn't seem to judge me very harshly on it, which is wonderful.
Yeah. But even before Shroud of the Avatar was announced, I had Necropolis in my sights. And
Yeah.
To me, Necropolis was going to be my Ultima finale.
Yeah.
It was like a geocache, which I had loved geocaching, done by Richard Garriott, and the theme of Ultima in real life. And I
Yeah.
couldn't wait to go to Texas and do it.
Mm.
And then they did Shroud, and then we got to go hang out in Portalarium, talk and meet with all these great people, be shown, be completely involved in the whole system, and go do Necropolis.
It was pretty magical.
Yeah.
Wow. Like dying and going to heaven.
That's right.
Awesome.
Or the in-between world, the undead world.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Enjoy plus. That's right.
Okay, guys. Well, that's about all I can think of. Is there any questions or comments that you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having Storm, man. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Oh.
We had a blast, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks for being our first. Thanks for popping our podcast, Jerry.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been absolutely wonderful having you. It's been a ball, and it's a real honor to chat to you and to get to know you a bit better.
Indeed, we've
Yeah,
had a
thank
blast. You guys are fantastic. I love hearing you guys on Avatar's Radio, and it'll be weird to hear ourselves on Avatar's Radio.
Yeah, that's always fun. Who's that? Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, good talking to you guys. I've actually never met you, so it's great to meet you. It's one of the things
Indeed.
I love about it. I get to meet everybody. Get to meet people I've never met before. It's awesome.
It feels like we know you though, because we've seen you on a lot of the videos that have come out. So I love that happens, because you get to see the faces of the community and you really feel like you've already met them. So
Yeah. Well, I haven't been on any videos yet that I know of, but maybe.
have you not? The I thought the poetry corner. Sorry.
I'm on a video. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I hear your voice every Wednesday. I guess I put you with a different face.
Thus far, I do audio, but yeah, I'm more made for radio than video.
Feel you.
We have a face for it, as do I.
Space
I
for
feel
radio.
it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'll drink to that. Same
This is
here.
all right.
Well, I guess we'll close up then. It was really good talking to you guys, and I have a little announcement to make. Help make this a really good news program. If you see an item of news that's interesting for the community, send it in to Lord Baldrith at thecaverns.net or Asclepius at thecaverns.net. And also, once again, the awesome background music you're hearing is from Stephen J. Goldman, the song called Shroud of the Overture Part 1. And thanks to Sir Style Teakle for the technical work on the newscast and the wonderful website. And thanks also to Amber Rain for broadcasting the news on avatarsradio.com. And also welcome back, Amber Rain. I'm glad to see that she is back. And this is Lord Baldrith and
Asclepius.
with Echoes from the Caverns.